Tonight, people in Burke County say they're battling some serious structural issues in homes they bought brand new. One homeowner telling WCNC Charlotte a private inspector says she has up to $300,000 worth of expenses, and now she's asking where's the money.
There is enough evidence at Katherine Graff's home that the North Carolina Licensing Board of General Contractors opened up an investigation into the builder, and she told me she doesn't want others to have to go through the same ordeal. Katherine Graff bought a newly built home in the Saratoga Run development of Morganton.
Yes, brand new.
When did you move here?
I moved here last year in May of 2023. I got a home inspector. I did everything I'm supposed to as a home buyer.
Shortly after, a red flag.
Within about a month of moving in, I started finding carpenter ants, which I started digging further and actually watching them. I have video of them coming in through the large gaps in the siding.
The finding prompted her to go further.
So when I started going underneath and looking at some of this stuff, I'm like, wait, this just doesn't seem right to me. I shouldn't have pillars that aren't straight, that are cockeyed, and pillars that should be, that are above my height that I can see through.
She reached out to the builder, Timothy Truitt of CMTT Properties and Belmont Builders.
And he pretty much said nope and sent me a letter from his lawyer telling him not to contact him anymore. I sent him kind of request of the multitude of issues from the foundation to the structure to code violations that needed to be addressed, asking him to address them under the 1-year warranty. So Graff contacted the county. Yeah, he sends out the inspector. He starts to walk through some of the stuff. He even misquoted some of the codes. So underneath you have a water vapor shield, which is like a big thick piece of plastic that's supposed to go all the way across your crawl space, and it's supposed to cover all your crawl space. We was like, well, we only enforce 90% here in Burke County. Well, the state code is 100%. So when he kind of said that, I kind of said, okay, I'm not going to get anywhere with this in my own head. We also reached out to Burke County officials. In an email, the office of Burke County Manager Brian Epley responding, saying in part, quote, "We have a set rule of standards that are followed anytime a new build or development is proposed." The response also stating that, quote, "Ultimately, any build project is a contract between the homeowner and builder." Adding, quote, "Our county staff thoroughly investigated this property and turned over our findings to the NC Licensed General Contracting Board for further investigation involving the builder." My house framing actually failed its home inspection by the county. It never appears to pass according to county records. On top of that, there's the building permit. Graff discovered the county inspection sheets indicate the construction of the house started in September of 2022. Following our own request of the builder's licensing history from the state board, it is clear that the builder's license would have been invalid at the time. He didn't have a valid license at the time when he applied for the building permit. The county didn't even do a license search until 30 days later, and I have that with a timestamp. So the county really didn't enforce these state laws, and it's really impacted myself and multitude of other neighbors. I reached out to Truitt and left a voicemail. I also contacted his lawyer's office. I was told they are not representing him in this specific case. I'm never going to get my money back from this house. All my retirement, everything. I mean, this is your biggest investment of one's lifetime, and it's gone.
It's a small town, obviously, but what do you want to say to the county?
What I want to say is please, guys, get your act together. This is hurting your citizens. You guys can do better for us as citizens.
Well, the Office of the Burke County Office Manager says the county is constantly reflecting on their processes and seeking feedback, and that their team has a quality assurance process to ensure suggestions and recommendations are considered. Graff now waiting on any findings from the General Contractors License Board's investigations, but as of now, that case is still pending. Now, I do want to put this call out to action out there. The reason why we got this story is because a viewer reached out to us. So what can we do for you? If you have something our team should investigate, let us know by sending an email to money@wcnc.com or reach out to any one of us on social media.